rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Why? It's because the rich think about wealth and affluence all the time. And what do the poor think about? The poor think about lack, loss, and limitation, risk, danger, fear, failure.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Fortitude Investing channel. Thank you guys for stopping by this morning. Just wanted to say thank you for giving me just a little bit of your time today, just to kind of talk about just the future, kind of where we are going as a crypto market and as a market in general. And I just wanted to say as well, for everybody who sees the good news in the crypto space, but not really seeing the price kind of come with that, there is I would say kind of like a delay. And what I mean by that is not in a bad way, but when things are said, most of the time, it doesn't just boom, the charts blow up, right? You don't see 100% gains because one good thing, right? I mean that because there are things that take a while in this space, because money can be slow, especially in the old financial space. Swift is a great example of money being slow, money transferring being slow. But you guys already know that. So I just wanted to say, if you're worried or if you're not understanding exactly why, you thought that XRP or that Bitcoin or Ethereum was supposed to go to this amount of money at this time, right? Because you saw the news or you saw somebody talking about it. It's not that they can't or that they won't. A lot of this is just, it takes a while, right? You're starting to see not as much of a pump and dump as more of slow growth. And in my opinion, I think that's a really good thing, because you're seeing more and more adoption, conviction, and belief. So it's the, if XRP is sitting at, $3.10, right? And there's resistance, say at 322. Okay. It's going to push up. It's going to try to crack that 322, right? And it may bounce off of that and get hit hard. It may come back down to that 314, 315, right? And then it may try again. And then it does hit it and it breaks it, right? And say it goes through that resistance. Say it does go through that resistance. It can flip that resistance into support, right? So then it kind of gives like a little bit of a launch pad at each spot to be able to grow and to grow and to grow. And then we see a little bit of correction / retest of where that support may be. And I think that's a really, really good thing, because was it just last weekend that we saw that back test to $2.72, which was crazy. But it was like we knew where that resistance was, where that support was, and there was a huge buy wall at $2.72. So I think it's healthy for retracement. I think it's healthy for finding where that support level is, right? This isn't back in 2017 where we see, it go from, what was it, like 9 or 10 cents, and it shoot up to $3.83 or whatever. Completely blowing past everything, just because, it was a lot of money off of, like one or two good news stories. And then it just pump and dump, right? You're starting to see long-term growth in this space, in XRP and in Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. That is where we're going to see long-term growth. That's where we're going to see long-term money. This is a good sign. I don't think that it's bad, because you're seeing a lot of meme coins that are still just pump and dump, pump and dump. And that's not what I want to be investing in. That's not something that I think is a good investment, nor should you invest into something like that. I'm not a financial advisor, but I don't think a meme coin is what you want to be investing in, right? You want real world utility, real world assets, right? Something you can use this stuff with, right? there's no point in having what I would consider a digitalized baseball card. So just trusting in what we're investing in and kind of just watching it slowly grow over time. News takes a while to affect the price charts most of the time. And I know we were expecting a ginormous leap with the case ending, but to a certain extent, I think it was more of a clarity more than it was like real utility. It gives room for XRP to run, right? So when, Brad is going to all these investors and being like, hey, we got this, hey, we got that. In the past, they were like, we really like it, but you guys are all tangled up with the SEC. Crypto regulations are already, at the time were very, fuddy, very Wild West is what I like to call it. No one really knew exactly, right? So now that this case is closed and the Clarity Act is now in the Senate, once these things start to come through and pass, that allows for over time more adoption for these companies, for these banks. And this is where I say long term. We're looking 5 to 10 years. This community is 5 to 10 years, right? Where are we going to be in 5 years and where are we going to be in 10 years? Not next week, not next month, not at the end of the year, not in 2 years, and 5 and 10 years, right? We're stacking and accumulating at a great volume, right? Dollar cost average, trusting this process because we don't want to lose money here, right? We're looking, where can we make the most amount of money in the next 5 years? Because in my opinion, I don't really see in the next 5 to 10 years, Amazon's going to be your wealth builder or Apple, right? These are the things that are new. These are the things that are creating infrastructure. And this is a chance for us to be investing into the future. I think that we can see phenomenal growths in the next 5 years. So I think more than anything, just trust the process, right? This is why you're here. It's keeping a stoic mindset, right? And having fortitude, believing and conviction in what you believe in, right? We believe that the digital asset sector of this market is going to be the next biggest thing. So I just want to say that I wanted to clear that up a little bit and kind of just explain and give you guys a little bit more understanding of why the price charts may not always reflect the news. Not because the news is good or bad. Sometimes it just takes a while for people who have a lot of money to want to invest into something, especially when it's new and regulations are lagging behind. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by and for listening. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Later.